I have mentioned many times the importance of having an aggressive mindset, especially during a second serve return. The player must be psychological and physically ready to attack that second serve. The objective is to have the student train with the proper technique, the right drills, the right coaching, and for the student to have the mentality to be aggressive. Students develop the aggressive mindset during practices. Aggressive players have more self-esteem, and as a result, they play with more confidence. We're going to work on the high ball, especially on a second serve with a kick. When the ball is high, our modern tennis, is to hit the ball and go forward. We don't want to go back. We don't want our players to go back. We want our players to play forward. So we want them to hit the ball. The technique is this foot on the ground, the other leg up, and from there they're going to execute the shot. So they're going to take the power away from the opponent, hitting the ball early, and this is the way to do it. With this leg up and then finishing with the foot and coming forward again with the crossover step. The key in this position, very strong upper body, rack it up, knee high, and from there hitting the ball and following through. High second serve to the backhand side. In the 70s and 80s, players with good kick second serves were able to have a high percentage of points won. In those years, the majority of the players had a one-hand backhand, so it was very difficult for them to handle aggressively that return. Agassi made millions with his kick serve. Players had the tendency to return farther back or to slice that return. Today, the majority of the players have two-hand backhands, taking the ball very early and hitting the shot with power. The percentage of second serves won by the server in today's game is around 48%. One of the first players to use the return technique, waiting for the ball inside the baseline, loading open stances. Once he identified the trajectory of the ball going to the backhand, he will lift the outside leg up, holding that strong position until contact point. That player was Marcelo Rios. The player will position himself closer or inside the baseline to receive the second serve. The loading process is the same with open stances. Once the player identifies the ball, he will load fast, lifting the outside leg up. The player will hold that position until contact point. On contact, the inside foot touches the ground at the same time. The stroke's velocity is created by good angular preparation and a strong linear momentum on the forward part. Proper footwork, patterns, and timing are very important to execute this shot effectively. It's a return of a second serve with a kick with a player with one hand. So one hand backhand return with slice. Again, there are two ways. We can tell the player to go very far back, wait for the ball, and hit the ball up. But remember, we prefer that the player goes forward, attacking the ball. So we're going to attack the ball, hitting a slice back on the return. One-handed backhand, slice return. This shot is very useful for one-handed players. In the past, players used it routinely, using the slice backhand return as a chip and charge. Today, very few players use this tactic. The slice on the return is an effective defensive shot. Federer uses this shot not to back up on the return. This stroke is more of a necessity on a high balls over the shoulder. From there, the outside leg will land softly, decelerating the motion. The stroke has to be short and fast. We call it sticking the ball. If the stroke is very long, the ball will have the tendency to float. So to keep the ball low and fast, the player has to hit the ball with a very short follow through.